Hello everyone, my name is Maria Gracia Zapata, and in this video we will be discussing what is cluster analysis. This is one of the most important analytical techniques used in marketing analytics. Cluster analysis is highly relevant because it helps organizations make sense of large customer data sets by identifying groups of customers who behave in similar ways. In modern marketing, companies collect a vast amount of data, right? But data alone does not generate value nowadays. What truly matters is the ability to transform data into insights that guide decisions. And this technique plays a critical role in this process because it supports customer segmentation, targeted marketing, and personalized communication. And throughout this video, I will be explaining what is cluster analysis, how it works, why it is valuable for marketing strategy, and how it compares to another important technique called multidimensional scaling or MDS. And together, these two methods help marketers better understand customer behavior and design more effective strategies. So let's begin. What is cluster analysis? And we can say technically this is an unsupervised learning technique. It groups customers on similarities, and customers within the same cluster are more similar to each other than they are to customers in other clusters. And unlike predictive models, cluster analysis does not rely on predefined outcomes. Instead, it identifies patterns that naturally exist within the data. In marketing, cluster analysis is commonly used to segment customers based on variables such as purchase frequency, spending behavior, recency of purchases, or engagement levels. And this allows firms to move away from a one size fits all approach and toward more tailored marketing strategies. What is the methodology and how this technique works? This process begins with selecting variables that are relevant to the marketing objective that we will be studying, we will be analyzing. For example, a company interested in customer loyalty may focus, like we can see in this picture, we can it can focuses on it can focus on variables such as recency, frequency, and monetary value or RFM, and these variables are often then standardized to ensure that differences in scale do not distort the results. Next, a clustering algorithm is applied. One of the most widely used methods is k-means clustering, which groups customers into a predefined number of clusters by minimizing the distance between customers and their assigned cluster center. Choosing the appropriate number of clusters is a key decision and is often guided by statistical methods as well as managerial judgment, of course. And after the clusters are formed, each segment is profiled and interpreted. This step is essential because clusters must be understandable and must be actionable. And a successful cluster solution clearly will be explaining how customers groups differ and how each group should be managed. So now we can discuss how this is applied on cluster analysis. How cluster analysis is applied in marketing. And this is commonly applied in marketing segmentation by identifying groups such as high value customers of VIPs, infrequent buyers, or price sensitive shoppers. Marketeers can tailor messaging, promotion, and communication channels to each segment. It is also widely used in customer lifecycle management. For example, customers who show declining purchase frequency may be clustered together and targeted in reactivation campaigns, for example. And also, of course, in digital marketing, cluster analysis helps identify which customer groups respond best to a specific channels, offers, or campaigns, improving overall marketing efficiency. Now we can discuss, there's another technique called multidimensional scaling or MDS, which is sometimes confused with cluster analysis. The first one, cluster analysis, is often used alongside MDS, but the two techniques serve different purposes here. The first one, cluster analysis, focuses on grouping customers, while MDS focuses on visualizing relationships among customers or brands. First, to the left, we can see that it answers the question which customers belong together. Cluster analysis asks who belong together. And it assigns each customer to a specific segment that managers can directly target with marketing actions. While in contrast, MDS answers the question how similar or different are customers or brands relative to each other. And it represents these similarities into a visual map, typically using a two-dimension scale. From a managerial perspective, cluster analysis is action oriented as it produces clear segments that support targeting and personalization. MDS is more exploratory and diagnostic, it helping them understand underlying patterns and perceptions. And in practice, MDS is often used first to visualize relationships, and cluster analysis is then applied to formally define customer segments. Together, these techniques help marketeers both see patterns and act on them effectively. Now, what about the impact on marketing strategy and decision making? Returning to what is cluster analysis itself, we can say that it supports more effective marketing decisions by enabling better resource allocation. Instead of spreading resources evenly across all customers, firms can focus on the most profitable or strategically important segments. It also enhances personalization as communication frequency, content, and channels can be adjusted for each cluster. In addition, cluster analysis helps firms manage customer value over time by monitoring how customers move between clusters, and managers can design strategies to shift customers toward higher value segments, supporting long term profitability and stronger customer relationships. So we're almost going to finish here, and before before finishing, we can give a summary. In summary, what is cluster analysis? This is a powerful tool, as we could see, that allows us to uncover meaningful patterns in customer data. By grouping customers into well defined segments, it enables more targeted marketing, improved personalization, and more efficient use of our resources. When combined with techniques such as multidimensional scaling or MDS, cluster analysis provides both clarity and actionability. As customer data continues to grow in complexity, this ability to segment and interpret customer behavior will remain essential for data driven marketing success. And to conclude, consider this question: how could cluster analysis be applied in your organization to better understand and serve your customers? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and share this video if you find it useful. Thank you.